It's another manic Monday. I wish it was a school day. Oh. Anyway, hope you guys have been well, have a lot to show you as usual, and it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, at least here in Arizona. I don't know about where you're at, but Arizona is the place to be. So let's just get into it, shall we? Let's announce the giveaway winners from last week, from my last video, plus the ones that I forgot to include video prior to that. So let's go with, let me get my piles in order. The Cosmos chart was won by Doreen Deskins. Congrats, Doreen. Then we have the Calico Sampler, the Alphabet from Summerhouse Stitchworks. That was won by Dawn O. And down in the description box, I have my email address, McKenna1884stitchery.com. Just shoot me a message with your address and I will get those out. 2 copies I was giving away of Lady in a Landscape. These are from Aralate Studios. I am the only place, 1884 Stitchery, to find Aralate Studio designs. The winners of this were Mary Lee Norton and my secret boyfriend, Robert Refuse. Spanish Elegance, Glynis G, and Winterland, won by another MG, Maine Moose Mom. MG, you won that. And I'm still waiting to hear back, or somehow Cheryl Lee, you won Spring Blessings, unless I somehow overlooked your address that you sent to me. So Cheryl Lee, send me a message so I can get this out to you. So the best way is shooting me an email on 1884 Stitchery and I can get those out to you guys this week. I have some of your guys' address, so I'm just going to throw them in the mail with my stack in about an hour or so. Okay, let me get my list because we got a lot to talk about, a lot to show. My last little quickie video I did in collaboration with Erin, Martini Stitcher, Alicia, and Michelle Bendy Stitchy. The 4 of us are each pledging 100 stitching hours for Bello Sano. It's usually a bike ride. You can hear all about it by looking at my last video going on Michelle's. It's on Michelle's video, or Michelle's channel as well. Same video, we just made sure we had it on both of our YouTube platforms. It's a great organization to get behind, cancer fighting. You guys, you know I'm all about that. So I will be donating an auction item to Michelle via her Instagram, Bendy Stitchy, so make sure you are following Bendy. Every week I will be offering a great auction item. Now, this Saturday, the 13th, at noon, we're doing a great idea. For minimum of $5, you can get into a Zoom meeting with the 4 of us. I have the link down below in my description box. You sign up through Sign Up Genius. Yes. And the first 20 people that donate will be sent the Zoom link. There will also be a wait list as well, in case by Thursday or Friday people on the list haven't signed up yet. Then we have other people that are willing to donate and get in. So once you click on the link, all of the information is on Sign Up Genius. So if you would be interested in something like that for this Saturday at noon, check that out. All right. Duck Derby. Have you guys seen Emily C's new video? She's already gonna get a duck tattoo because we've already gotten her 1,000 ducks. I still need to get my ducks in. Amanda, if we can get to 2,000 ducks, she's gonna get a tattoo. I believe Amanda is a co-worker of Emily's. And then our crazy own farm girl, Michelle, get to 5,000, she's gonna get a tattoo. I think it should be a combination though of like a goat and a duck. It's gonna probably be some sort of farm animal tattoo. Emily's also gonna be auctioning or raffling off 2 Momily bags. I am throwing in gift certificates. Michelle is throwing in items as well. So make sure to check out Emily C's latest video about the Duck Derby. All the money goes to a great cause. I will link that too down below. New inventory coming to 1884 Stitchery. I will be receiving a package this week from Deanne, Darling and Whimsy Designs. So you guys can purchase those through my website. And I'm also carrying Stitchy Princess. I'm going to add some images. I am going to be starting the Night Alphabet Sampler. I love it. I'm going to make it all teeny tiny. So head on over there. Those are available as PDF or hard copy charts. Very reasonable as well. All right, let's talk stitching because I've done a lot of it. Let's start off with what I've been working on. That's a finish, so we'll do that in the finish area of the video. I have pulled out the bird and the roses. This is from me. Love this. And I wanted to get back to it. As you will see, I finished my dad's memorial piece. Cleaned up my whip wheel, went through and deleted some items off my whip wheel that I had already finished. I added my ink circles, the Queen That Was, onto it. I spun it, and the bird and the roses is what came up. And basically what I did was filled in all the white on this rose here. Oh, excuse me. And then I am working now over here on this flower. And this just has white that I need to fill in. And then I just have a little bit, basically how the pattern is cut up into quarters. So done with the top two, the top half, and then I will be working down on the lower bottom half. But I love how this looks on the gray. Now this is the middle of the design. I don't know if I'm going to stitch the frame around it, even though I love it. That's why I designed it. Design came from a Victorian beaded tray, but I think the design, you can easily just do the inside and it works just as much. So this is definitely very un-McKenna chart, seeing that it's confetti and people are probably like, girl, that's nothing. Well, to me, you guys know my style. I don't do anything like this. But it's been fun to see the colors, kind of color completing in a section and just seeing how it all comes together. So I have been enjoying this very much. I have also been working, or I did start on this, and this was a release from this year from Nashville. And I got this copy from Abby Top Knot Stitcher Shop. Definitely wanted to do it on a dark fabric because I love how those colors just pop off. So I am using a 32 count Phantom from Picture This Plus, and here is where I am at. We took a drive last Sunday and I took this with me and got some done in the car. I did all the white. Call me crazy, call me sick. I find phallic stuff in every chart. So, love it though. Really like how this is coming out. Now, is dark fabric a pain to stitch on? Yes. Now, is it doable? Yes. What do you need? Light. So I can work on this during the day, but in the evening, even with my little lamp that I have next to my stitching chair, sometimes it just kind of casts a shadow and it's kind of hard to see. So I prefer to work on this during the day in natural light. I'm using 3 of the called for colors, or 3 of the called for DMC colors, and then I am using 4 of the colors from Classic Color Works. I am loving, I've had this for a while, this is a Bags Plus bag, and I absolutely love this. So I can throw all my threads on that side, and then this opens up and I can put the chart, my working copy, and the piece itself in the hoop on the back. Oh, a little bird landed on the window. So yeah, I love these. Let's talk finishes because I have a big one. It's emotional, but let's do the small ones first. Telling the biggies. This is from Island Cottage Needle Arts. I only did the interior part. It's actually part of a penny series, like the penny border, but I just liked the interior. So I stitched up using the Gentle Arts colors and finished it off in a trivet because I didn't have any frames that it would fit into, and trivet finishing is super easy because I actually use the tile and lace the piece on. This is only the second time I have ever laced a piece. The first one was We're All Mad Here from Bendy Stitchy, and then this one. Because it's not like a frame where I can just do glass stitched piece and backing. And I love how it came out. This is not one of the new trivets I've got in my last thrifting. This is an old metal one that I've had. And I knew that it just needed something. So I went through, let's see, we'll go this way. I went through all my little accoutrements, accessory detail, and found this little piece of lace and glued it all the way around. And I think perfect little detail. So I love how this came out. She looks more like a nun hat. And that's a big ass bee. People were telling me it was those killer wasps. Hey, maybe she's friend with that giant ass wasp. Who knows? But yeah, super cute. I love this, how it turned out. What the hell? Let's give this one away. If you are interested in stitching this, let me know down below and use the word bee, B-E-E, and I will pick a winner before my next video. Did I finish that? I finished this and showed you guys in my last video, but I did not have it framed up. So this is G is for Gallbladder from Heartstring Samplery. Oh, it's gonna be anatomical anatomical organs alphabetical series. I can't wait for it. Did this on 40 count. Found a tiny little frame from a thrift store. I actually have like a set of 5 of these. Finished off on the back with just a piece of cardstock. And now we'll be going into my medical bathroom, which I got Joe to hang the shelf. So medical bathroom, there we go. Tour coming soon. Another piece that I started while I was waiting for threads to come for my dad's memorial piece. I showed you guys this as a possible start. Maybe not. Raven's Roost. This is from The Good Housewife, out of print. Now, loved how this is framed up on a really thick frame, and then written across it, and the raven quoted "Nevermore," and the raven quoted "Nevermore." I love how that's finished off. But I gotta think of other ways than just framing, because running out of wall space, and Michelle's got me hooked on now putting pieces in a journal. So I think that's the way that I'm gonna be going with all these little smalls that I have. As you can see, the entire piece is stitched. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. So I stitched this on 40 count Lakeside Vintage Palomino, and I'm calling it done right there. So everything is stitched in except for solidly stitching in the tombstone itself. And I love seeing the fabric color come out and all the little details just like pop. So this one's done though. I'm calling it done. No, I will not be raffling, giving this away. This is a keeper. I can go in trash. So I held this up. Forgive me, I know someone sent this to me. A lovely viewer sent this to me, and I cannot remember who. But it's perfectly me. This fabric journal cover, Poisonchloroform. I mean, it's like, I didn't want to use it because it's so damn pretty. But then when Michelle, Bendy Stitchy, showed that she was putting all of her smalls in like her junk journal, which this is definitely not going to be a junk journal like how Michelle has hers all spiffied up and everything. Mine is going to be a more simplistic sort of junk journal. So I pulled this out and I thought this is perfect for my little smalls. So on the first page, I have put my little devil. This was from Fox and Jackal Designs. I don't know if still on Etsy. This was a freebie at the time. Stitched it, burned it, and love it. I had it in my little Curio glass thing on just a board with a clip, but I decided, no, I want to put them in my little book. So how I am attaching these to the paper. Went on to Amazon and purchased Zots. They're clear adhesive dots. They come in different sizes. And thought, okay, I'm just going to use these. So I have 3 of them on the back of the fabric. You can't even tell where. I think I have one here. Where you can't see them through. That's not one, that's just the fabric. And it holds them perfectly. So I will cut this down and add it to my next page. And I'll add like little spooky accessories, I guess, when I come across them and decide to kind of jazz it up. But I absolutely love this. And it won't necessarily be just for all my creepy, dark, small finishes, even though I think that would be really cool. Have separate junk journals for depending on what the theme is. So never mind, I just talked myself into it. So this journal will be all creepy, macabre, dark stuff. So yes, I love this. Oh, focus. There we go. So I have been working on the bees and the roses, which I will finish up the page that I'm on, but I do want to start on, this is from Stitchy Princess, available through 1884 Stitchery. This is Night Alphabet Sampler. Love the moon, the sun. So yeah, I'm going to be starting this. Black fabric? I don't know. maybe it's 4 DMC colors, 141 by 141. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I think it'd be really cool though on like a red. I know I stitched some other piece on red and it turned out really cool, so maybe I'll do this on a red color. But yeah, I'll be starting this. All right, let's talk about my huge finish that I wanted done by this coming up Sunday, which I was able to successfully do. Fix my hairs, drive me nuts. Quaker Gone Haunted by Michelle Inc. This came out 2019 at Nashville. Saw it, loved it, knew I had to stitch it eventually, and I had begun stitching this on a really kind of loose 40 count. And I was actually doing 2/2 on 40 count, which I know the norm is usually 1/2, but it wasn't looking good. So I started 2/2 on this 40 and got the top like rose and the tombstone angel, but it was just so thick. And I remember I was in New Jersey talking to Abby, and we were at Needleworkers, and something came up, and I said, no, I want to restart it, but I'm already so far into it. And she kind of just talking it out with another fellow stitcher that got it, I was able to determine right then and there, okay, when I get back to Arizona, when I get back home, I'm going to restart it on something that I love. So that's what I did. Got home and still wanted to stitch it. Didn't want to put it away, timeout corner, none of that. So I found the piece of fabric that I was going to stitch it on, which was what, copper, and started it. And not right away, I don't think, but I started it and was working on it when I was sitting with my dad, when he was literally on his deathbed, when I was going over all those hours the last few days. And, you know, when I was sitting there and stitching on it and spending time with him, I thought, God, this is a morbid piece to be stitching on while I'm sitting with my dad who's dying right in front of me. And then, but that didn't deter me to stop working on it. And then I was thinking, you know, this could be a piece, a memorial piece for him after he dies. And it's kind of perfect. Here lies buried. It's could be considered a mourning piece. It's a death piece. I just thought it was perfect. So I kept stitching on it, obviously, even after he died. I found comfort in stitching on it because I knew, like, oh, when I stitched this whole rose motif, you know, he was still alive and at their house. So I know a lot of us do that, like, oh, when I was stitching this piece, I was pregnant with, you know, my first child, or you know what was going on in your life when you were stitching a particular piece. So, I mean, this final product is stitches that I put in when he was alive and when he was gone. and I love how that it turned out, and I love how people have followed me through this journey stitching this piece and have contacted me and written me and have let me know that they too have lost somebody in their life, and they are trying to figure out the perfect pattern to stitch for a loved one in honor of them, or that they were stitching on a particular piece when their mom or their dad died or their brother died, and they're going to figure out a way to make it dedicated to them. And I absolutely love that, and I thank everyone that has reached out to me and shared that. So I finished this a couple days ago. Did not have any frames in my closet of frames, so went to the thrift store because I kind of wanted something ornate-ish. Didn't find anything, but then driving over to Michael's, I was like, no, I think I just want a simple black frame. Let the stitched piece, the meaning of it, tell the story, not the frame. So here it is. I use wind stitch for designing, and so I found the middle of the design, which is basically at this root, and then lined up my dad's name. Let me get over here. My dad's name, Thomas Ralph Baxter, and birth and death date. So yes, as you can see, his birthday is this coming up Sunday, and August 20th, coming up on almost a year, which is just so my original plan, and Ayrton was even holding me to, was I wanted this to be finished before the year of his passing. But when I started back up on it, I think my whip wheel, I think I landed on it. I just kept going, and I thought, what about if I get it done before his birthday? So that's what I did. Frame, nothing fancy, black frame. I was going to lace it, but shit, I got better crap to do. So it is just the glass, the stitched piece, the kind of inserts that they put in pictures, and the backing. So I need to write on the back a spot picked out in the house for this. So Joe just needs to hang it up. And I love it. Love how it, whoa, there we go. Love how it turned out. So, yeah. I don't know what number that is finishes wise for the year. I know I wanted to get in more than 20 finishes. And I'm pretty sure I'm probably pretty damn close to that. I keep a list of them in a document on my computer. So then at the end of the year, kind of a wrap up, I'll be able to share with you guys all the finishes throughout the year. All right, that I believe is it. Oh, now that's all my stitching, all of that stuff. Now, last month, so last month, it had to do with last month's auctions on Michelle's Instagram. She put up for sale HDF silks from Vicki Clayton, and I squealed with joy when I found out that it was her bid what you want, when you want, piss people off, go for broke, don't tell the husband how much you spent, wake up 5 minutes before and outbid somebody with the last 1 minute to go. I was dying with the comments that people were posting that weren't bidding, that they were just posting. Like, oh wow, that escalated quickly, or I'm way outbid, or I'm here just to see the bids. So I am happy that what I paid for this is Michelle's highest paid auction item. So I dare somebody to try to go higher than what I paid for these. What am I going to do with them? I'm going to stitch with them. I actually bought off of Amazon 2-inch binder clips. So how these came are all alphabetized by name. So whoever had these highly organized, which I thank you if you're watching and these you donated and I purchased, I love them and I love that you're organized. So HDF, these are all of the bees. And I even put in an IG post. I didn't know that HDFs were also somewhere variegated. So I'm going to go through them. I'm going to pull out any duplicates, and then I will have those as probably an auction item on 1884 Stitchery. When will I get around to that? I have no freaking idea. I also ordered thread drops, but the plastic ones, like the teardrop shape, so I can actually write, because yes, I could keep them in this 12 by 12 scrapbooking container. This is what I have all my threads in, but I don't know, I kind of want to see them. So, because all my other threads, which I need to do a tour of my setup, are all on rings, alphabetical, and I kind of want to do that with this. And I want to go through, find any duplicates, and put those up for auction. So, I think the first thing that I'm going to stitch in these, because I've never stitched in Vicki Clayton silks, I think I'm going to stitch this in Vicki Clayton silks. So I've already gone online, and I like to think I'm pretty good at the Google, but I did not find a HDF to DMC conversion list. If you know of one and I'm just a complete moron, let me know down below in the comments. But yeah, love them. Can't wait to stitch with them, and that will probably be a start tonight. So, all right, that is it. That is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. Remember, all the links down below. Send me an email if you are one of my fabulous giveaway winners, and if you would like to be entered in telling the bees, use the word bee in a sentence, and I will draw for this next video. Thank you guys so much. As always, take care. Bye.